So, my name is Andrea Moniz. I'm here with the Red Cross, and I'm here interviewing Commander
Ortiz.
I'm here interviewing Commander Ortiz about his experience in the war, and I want to begin with a question. Why did you join the military?
All honest truth, I joined out of spite. I was mad at my dad. That's the all honest truth. And guess what? It was the best decision I ever made. I wasn't even 18 yet. So he actually had to sign off like, go. So, yeah.
Did he influence you to join the military?
No, but I was getting into a lot of trouble.
Oh, okay.
So like he really wanted me off the streets, and he wanted to see some kind of change, and he knew the military would give me that discipline. And they did.
I see. And then I want to ask you about where you served and what role you had.
I was the platoon sergeant. I was the convoy commander. I served at Camp Pendleton. I was in 29 Palms. I was in Iraq. And I was also a pellet rider, meaning I was in charge of all military personnel, Marines and sailors, going from point A to point B. So I had to make sure that everything got from Al-Taqaddum, Iraq, Ramadi, Al-Assad, and Fallujah, and back around. So I was, yeah.
And this was during what time?
2000, when I was in Iraq, 2008, 2009.
Right. And for those who don't know, what was the situation going on in Iraq?
I was there during the transition of the Operation Iraqi Freedom to Operation Enduring Freedom, where they started pulling back military personnel and then sending them to Afghanistan. The situation when I was there was keeping control of the locals and, government.
I see. Okay. And then, of course, joining in the military is something that your family didn't have influence on you, or they didn't tell you stories growing up, I assume. So what was your first impression going in? Did you have previous knowledge from family?
No, it literally felt like it was a mistake, and I regretted it, and I'm really glad that I stuck through it. And if you guys want to meet my service animal.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, over here. It's cool.
This is our mascot.
Okay.
Thank you. This little guy's been getting famous lately. This is his name is Chuck.
Chuck. Oh, so is he a chicken?
Yeah, it's a rooster.
Oh, it's a rooster.
Yeah.
Oh, so how does he help you? Or
how does he help me? He doesn't.
He doesn't?
He just gets in my way, but I don't know. He's
for comfort?
Kind of, yeah. Little comfort animal. Yeah.
So is it common for a lot of veterans to have service animals? Because we met another animal.
Yeah, Lucas over there. No, it is very common. And these animals just help calm you down. And I don't know, I feel like there's no judgment when it comes to these guys. They're just there and they love you,
Yeah, they're beings. Mm-hmm. So when you were in the military, obviously it was a very big transition from when you were still here. What was a normal day like for you?
It was a basic work day. When I was out there, it was, 12-hour shifts every single day. But when I was over here at Pendleton or 29 Palms, it was like a, I don't know, 06 to, I don't know, 1800 or whatever. But, and then you get to like go to your barracks or you get to go home every day. It was like a regular work day. I mean, depending on whatever job you had, So I mean,
Yes.
myself, I was embarkation and logistics, but they didn't know what to do with me, so I got tossed around and did a lot of different jobs.
I see.
Yeah.
So you were exposed to many different tasks and you had a lot of different jobs. So what was the most difficult part of your daily routine or that you encountered? Like what was a challenge that you had over at around?
Leadership.
Leadership?
Like learning how to, if I'm acting a certain way, like a clown or something, and I'm used to that, and then all of a sudden I get promoted as a leader, and I have to act like it. And that was probably the most difficult thing for me because I didn't know how to all of a sudden like make sure that my Marines they have their haircuts.
Yes.
How to like, hey, like where's your honor, courage, commitment card in your left vest pocket? Like, are you wearing your dog tags? Like, where's your, like all of that, like showing up on time. Or like, hey, like let's say one of them didn't pass his physical fitness test. I'm like, now I gotta spend time with you at the gym to make sure that you pass. Things like that where I'm like, this is not part of my job. How do I tack this onto everything? You know what I mean? So like, I think that was like probably one of the hardest things right there. I'm gonna put this guy over here.
Okay. So before we started filming this interview, you were talking to me about how you were interviewing students from Whitney, how you knew or how you based if a student was a leader or not. So can you elaborate for us how it is to interview these students or just anybody in general? Because there's a misconception I hear that it's like it's easy to be in the military or you just sign up. You don't really hear about the interview part. So I want to elaborate
so
on that.
when it comes to like going to your military academies, they need to have that the go-ahead from a member from Congress. In this situation, it was from Derek Tran's office. And he asked me to interview these students. And I was like, I would love to do so because I care about who is tomorrow's leaders. Because like your officers are the ones that are coming up with the plan of attack. They're the ones coming up with the mission. Like, that and your senior enlisted individuals, Marines, Army, whatever. Now, to me, like those people are important because they come up with a plan. Then you have your staff NCOs, then you have your NCOs that are like, enforcing, and then you have your junior enlisted. And now all of them have to follow that leader. So I actually care. So when it comes to who's going to these academies, because these are like prestigious schools, right? Like West Point and so on. So I'm like, hey, it's an honor, the fact that they just asked me to interview on his behalf. So I mean, now your question is how I did this?
Yeah, how do you know if a student is a leader? Because on paper they could have good grades, but how do you know
now,
that they can lead?
Grades aren't everything.
Yes,
They are not everything.
Yeah.
Because I'm a contractor. I'm a licensed general contractor. I do a lot of construction. Now you can have your degrees in construction management. This is how I interview an employee.
Okay.
Hold this hammer.
Okay.
If they don't even hold it right, you're worthless to me. Now guess what? When it comes to joining the military, it's not just about passing grades. We're like, all right, yeah, you could probably get in. And you could probably pass the physical and all that. But to become a leader like that, like no, it's different.
Yes.
you have your officer candidate schools and stuff like that. So no, it's a different thing, and you need to get that okay, that go ahead from Congress. So like, no, it's not the same. It's not just like, hey, I passed an exam and I passed a physical fitness test and I'm healthy and you can join the military. That doesn't mean that you can become an officer.
I understand.
That's a whole different thing. Yeah, so I mean, it is different. And I love the fact that they get veterans to interview this.
Yes, because veterans are the ones who were once in their
They
position.
were there.
Who
I had to
knows?
deal with
Yeah.
officers that weren't very bright.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, hey, so I do have very constructive criticism to like give out. And what better person than somebody who's already been there?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I asked you a question about the situation that was happening in Iraq then. So that was happening in Iraq in 08 and 09. I want to ask you about, was there any specific moments or moments that changed the way you saw, not necessarily war, but what was happening in Iraq? Because as us at home, we only know what's happening through media or through what other people tell us. So I want to ask, like, what you saw firsthand.
They don't all hate us.
Okay.
Like, if it's your first time going out there, you're thinking everybody is an enemy. And you try to go out there with the mentality like, I'm coming home, so I don't care. Everybody's gonna get it.
Okay.
Nah, like they sometimes cooked for me.
I'll be back.
All right.
All right, brother.
Sometimes I had a meal with them, which I thought was kind of weird. All of us from one plate, but they don't all hate us, and the ones that do, you can tell they stay away. They just, and those are the ones like, just keep an eye on them. But at the same time, they're scared, and you got to remember too. How would you feel if, like, another country, like their soldiers and all that, is just going through your yard?
Yeah, it's a difficult situation.
Like trying to put yourself in that kind of like on the other person's shoes, because no matter whatever they're doing, fighting back against us, guess what? They believe they are right.
Yes.
And so do I. What if we would become best friends? If we set all those differences aside, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Doesn't that mean we have a lot in common? That's one of the hardest things I had to deal with, but I didn't think about that stuff until I got home. But I mean, like, you start wondering and thinking about all these things, Yeah, I don't want to say too much, but yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Like, you think that you go in there with the idea that they hate you, because as someone who has no connection with the military, I have no family members who are veterans. I actually had that idea too, but now that you've elaborated, it opens your mind.
Isn't it a little like, right?
Yeah, it makes more sense. Yeah. Well, those were the questions I had for you, but my classmate, I think, Carlo, will you? Yeah, Carlo will ask you the remaining questions.
Okay, so my name is Carlo Moniz. Can we start by asking for what your names are?
I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. So what are your guys' names?
I'm Ralph Grego.
Alright, nice to meet you.
Carlos? Yeah.
Yes. What's your
Paul Huerta.
Nice to meet you, Paul. What's your name?
Tony Martin.
Nice to meet you, Tony.
Your name?
Carlo.
Carlos. My
Yeah.
pleasure, Carlos.
Right. Martin. Tony Martin.
In Spanish is Martin. In English, he asked me in English. He didn't ask me in Spanish, so knock it off. We just kid. That's how we kid around.
Yeah.
We're not.
Yeah.
So I'll start by stating our mission. So for the reason why we're with the Red Cross is that we wanted to, like I said with the earlier person, is that we wanted to give each the veterans that in the U.S. a voice by starting over here by interviewing some of the people, like for example you guys. And I just wanted to say, like, are you guys okay with us recording and possibly this being online?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So I'll start with the first question. So when you guys were in the military, were there any clear rules and laws that were in place when you were deployed on what you can and cannot do when you're on the field?
Was there any laws?
Yeah.
No, as long as you adhere to the UCMJ, you're fine.
For those who do not know, could you elaborate on what that is?
The Uniform Code of Military
Speak up a
Justice.
little bit louder. We can't hear you. We're all hard of hearing. You know.
Sorry. When you guys were deployed in the military, were there any like clear rules that you guys had to follow? Like when you were deployed, like for example, what you can and cannot do, or like those you can and cannot harm? When you were on the field, was there anything that you had to follow specifically? Anything that you were taught?
Yeah.
Well, there's always specific rules you have to follow, yes. Yes. You just can't go out there and...
We learned that in basic training or boot camp. Army, we call it basic training. Marines, they call them boot camp.
I told him the UCMJ, the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
Yeah.
That's like a laws and guidelines for military. What you can and cannot do.
Can you give any examples specifically?
Let's see. You can't lie. Can't steal. That's, be honorable. Don't cheat on your wife if you're married. And don't steal from your friends. Respect. Honor the country, the flag.
Yes. Okay. Have you guys heard of international humanitarian law or the Geneva Convention?
Yes.
Yes. So was that like specifically taught to you guys?
Yes. Was taught to me.
How about you guys?
What's that?
Were you guys ever taught about IHL or international humanitarian law?
What do you say?
International law?
Let me switch places with him. Sit over here. Sit over there.
I don't want to sit over there.
That way you can hear him better.
So am I. I'm very hard of hearing. That's why I got
All of us.
hearing aid. Yeah.
Some of us more than others.
Yeah.
So you guys were taught about the Geneva Convention, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever had to implement any of the things that you were taught whenever you were on the field?
You have to do what?
Like use whatever you were taught. Like for example, were you ever like challenged to follow the things that you were taught in the Geneva Convention?
I don't follow you.
No, we've always had to follow it. I mean, it's either do or die or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Follow rules and
Yeah.
regulations.
Yeah.
Like you said, military code of justice.
Thank you. Have you guys ever been in an interview before? Like, have you guys ever been like met with a journalist?
No.
In infantry?
Let me tell them to turn the music down.
Yeah. I was in infantry, yes.
Is there anything that you guys specifically wish that was covered more when it comes to
Thank
interviews?
you.
Is there anything like you guys wish that you were able to talk more on?
Say that question again.
When you guys were, whenever you encountered a journalist, is there any specific topic that you guys wish that you were able to cover more or specifically talk about?
No. I never encountered a journalist.
Or is there any topic that you wish that was talked more about on the media?
I can't think of any.
Anyway,
Any topics that you wish that was covered?
yes, when we go on leave,
Oh.
vacation.
Thank you. Is there anything that you guys wish that you guys could talk more about? If not just in a setting where you guys were asked questions, or just were able to like tell other people about in general?
I don't think other people other than the military would understand. So that's why we come here, so we could talk about it to each other.
Yes. You have to be there.
Yeah. This is some place we can come and it is a veterans organization that we can all relate to. You know,
Reminisce.
we all relate to what we went through and everything else. Yeah.
See, thank you guys.
That's it?
That's it. But all right.
Oh, I got a few more. Sorry.
We got 3 more there.
Next
You
page.
thought you were done, Tony.
Next page.
Yeah.
How did your guys' experiences change you as a person?
It matured me. Because being a 17-year-old and then getting out before I was 21, it matured you. It aged you.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I was 18 when I was in the Marine Corps, and next thing I knew, I went overseas, I was 18. When I came back home, I was 21. And there's definitely a big change. Yes.
Sorry. What is one thing you want the public to understand about people in war zones?
How much sacrifice they're giving. They sign their life away, a blank check. You know, they send a blank check for people they don't know, and a lot of people don't appreciate.
Especially back then. Now, and nowadays, in our days, they didn't appreciate us. And nowadays, everywhere we go, we're wearing a military cap. Thank you for your service, handshake. Before, in our days, they didn't treat us right.
Yeah, it was just,
Am I right?
it was bad.
Yeah.
It's,
Okay. One final one. What advice would you give to young people learning about conflict today?
What advice?
What advice would you give to young people today?
Learning about conflict.
You all should serve your country. You be a better person when you finish with your service. Okay? Thank you.
the military will definitely change your life. It will make a better person of you because you can see what is going on around the whole world. And you will be, like I say, a better person, because I was a bum when I was 18. When I came out of the Marine Corps, it changed my entire life, and it made me a better person.
And don't forget your college
Yeah.
education. You also get college assistance.
Say the question again.
What advice would you give to young people
When we're in a conflict,
learning about conflict?
learning about conflict, don't be narrow-minded. And the people that are in conflict, support them, because they're not doing it for selfish reasons. And a lot of people don't come back when there's conflict, and we don't want them to accept lives that were sacrificed for nothing. There's a lot of lives sacrificed, and we don't want them to go down in history for nothing, like a vapor. They're there for a reason. People are there for a reason. And the best example I can give is freedom. You know, not just freedom, just people that don't have a voice. A lot of those guys died to give those people a voice all over the world. And today people are dying. Today young guys, people don't realize it, but there's conflict all over the world. Today a lot of our servicemen are dying, service women too. And people don't understand that. So we can just open our eyes and see the sacrifice these people are making. I think will be better for younger people.
Is that all you'd like to say? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, any more? That's it. Yeah,
One more?
Oh,
I know you got some questions.
Oh, okay.
all right. Sit down,
See?
Tony.
He got some questions in the back of his mind.
Yeah.
All right.
You're in the hot seat.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about like joining service. Is that? I'm guessing you'd say I should, right?
I don't know. I think, me personally, people that come to this country should have an obligation to serve this country because of the reason why they came here is for the freedoms, and freedom is not free. I think everybody should pay. Being a young person, you look healthy. You look, you know, you love this country. I think there's plenty of services you can pick, plenty of opportunities, plenty of skills. Any skill you would pick would be you do a good service to this country. And then we love it. We love the more people from different countries, the better we are.
You also have a choice you can go any branch of the service, Marines, Army, Air Force, Navy, and whatever you like. If you like to go at sea, join the Navy. Mm-hmm. He's a Marine. No. Him and I were Army. Yeah. I had, back in the 60s, all my cousins, we served on all the branches. We were close to the same age. So we served Navy, Air Force, Army, Marines.
That's my uncle.
Yeah.
So I'm a second generation military. And I have a lot of cousins. I have a lot of our family were in the military. Marines, Army. We had a couple
Air
in
Force,
couple in the Air Force, couple in the
Coast
Navy.
Guard, yeah. All over, yeah.
But a lot of our family on both sides, my mom and dad, a lot of our family is sacrificed.
Yeah. We were proud to serve. You know, I was proud to serve.
Yes.
Yes. And I enlisted. I was not drafted in the Marine Corps, you know, so I served my 6 years in the Marine Corps, and, you know, it's one of the best things that I ever did because it introduced the skills of my life in the Marine Corps. I mean, before I felt like I was a bum. I didn't really know that. But after the Marine Corps, leadership skills and all, you know, and yeah, when I got out, I got a job, and you know, a foreman right away and all that. You know, after my apprenticeship program, foreman, and you know, it just it led me to many good skills. Yes.
Also, I'd like to say, excuse me, if you plan on going in the military, before you take the ASVAB test, study, do your homework, study on it. You can go to the library and check out a book and read up on it. And then this way, when you're going to take your test, your ASVAB, that qualifies you for different job specialties. So the higher you score, the more chances you have, choices you have of doing what you want to do, what you like to do. Okay?
Yeah, they call it a GT score, I think. I don't know. It's been 53 years.
Yes.
The highest score, even if you have a high score, if you want to go on an infantry job, that's your choice. If you want to do a computer skill job, that's your choice. But the main thing is to open your mind, do something different. Because all your buddies that you graduated with, you grew up with, they're still on the block with their finger in their butt and they're sucking their thumb, wondering what to do. When you know what to do, when you come out, you're 4, 5, 6 years ahead of them. You get free college, you're so much enlightened.
See, I just wanted to ask you, like, how life was after you came out of service.
It was hard. It was hard. For me, it was hard. I got in trouble a couple of times with the law because they didn't brief you when you got out. They didn't. How do you say it? You never went before a doctor to make sure you was okay. They just one minute you're over there, and the next day you're over here. So it's hard. It's hard to.
We didn't have no guidance like we have now. We have like, if you're a veteran, you can go to the BFW, American Legion, MBATs, and you get a lot of guidance from your elders. In my nowadays.
What do they call that when
mentorship?
Huh? But no, I mean, when you get off the plane, you're in a combat zone, and they debrief you, and see, they didn't have that then. They were just one day you're over there, and the next day you're at. Some guys are still in their fatigues.
You got to go through like a medical evaluation.
Yeah, they didn't evaluate. They just brought you home.
But when I got out of the Marine Corps, I had quit before high school and went to the Marine Corps. But when I got out of the Marine Corps, one of my first things I did, I got married about a year before I got out of the Marine Corps. And I figured, I got a responsibility. So when I got out, I went to my old high school and asked, how can I get my diploma? And they told me everything. Anyway, I got that, and then after that, I went into a apprenticeship program for 5 years. And I went to night school for 7 years in a row. I mean, it was tough, but it made what I am today. And I did all my life, and I was able to retire at the age of 55 because I had the knowledge, background from the Marine Corps that pushed me. Yeah. If it hadn't been the Marine Corps, I wouldn't be here today, probably. Yeah.
So that's a big part of who you are now.
Yeah. But the leadership I learned also, in my work, pushed me forward. Yeah.
What Ralph was saying, the transition from military life to civilian life is not easy in general.
I see.
It takes time to.
But you guys are still, you have like another step up of knowledge, or like who you are. You've gone like above from your military experience.
Oh yeah, you're always learning. I mean, I'm 84 years old, and I learn every day. I mean, just because you're get so far in age, you're not going to learn. No, knowledge is very valuable, and I learn something new every day. It's just yeah. So I mean, just because you get at a certain age, you're not going to learn anymore. No, this planet is so beautiful. The United States, we learn every day if you put it to it. You have to put yourself to it yourself. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't, but I feel sorry for them. But knowledge, you learn every day. As old, like I say, I'm 84 years, I learn things every day. Yes.
We're still learning.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Can I get you guys to say your names one last time, and then you can sign out for the interview?
Tony Martin.
Paul Huerta.
Ralph Griego. 82nd Airborne Division.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you guys.
All right. That's it.
Thank you.
So, all right. Oh, hey, it didn't take that long, and thank you very much.
My name is Andrea Moniz. I'm with the Red Cross, and we're making a video about IHLs, about international humanitarian law. So if you could please introduce yourself, your position, that would be great.
Awesome. My name is Shadiq Anderson. I'm currently the State Deputy Inspector for the Department of California Veterans of Foreign Wars, as well as the Junior Vice Commander for District 4. In addition to that, I'm also the Senior Vice Commander for the VFW Post 7243 here in Hawaiian Gardens, California.
So to get some background information, where were you deployed and for how long were you there?
I've been deployed essentially all over the world. I've been in the Philippines, I've been to Spain, I've been to Gibraltar, I've been to the Middle East, I've been to Djibouti, Africa, I've been to Dubai, Qatar, pretty much everywhere.
Okay, so what were the year spans that you were out of the country?
I would say from 2013 to 2014, 2014 to 2015, and 2018 to 2019.
Okay, so we as students who are involved in the Red Cross, we learn about IHL, which I mentioned means International Humanitarian Law, and I wanted to ask if there were any rules that were established or rules that were not allowed for you guys to do. The most, like, anything that was most prevalent that you can talk about.
Essentially, there was always like rules of engagement, like things you can and cannot do. So that was obviously paramount. Wherever I was at, that was obviously something that we took into consideration.
So how were these rules taught to you? Because as students who don't have any relation or anybody in our family who are veterans, and I'm assuming a lot of the general public don't understand how these are taught to you guys.
Yeah, so as an infantryman, we go through various different levels of training where these are things that's ingrained in us from the fire team, squad, platoon, through company and what have you, to make sure everyone understands the basics all the way up to full engagement on different combatants and stuff like that.
Yes, so these next few questions are about the 7 aspects of IHL, which again means International Humanitarian Law. So the first aspect is about humanity, which means to protect life and health while you are serving our country. So how does this look like? Because the general public, like as students, we understand that your job and mission is to protect American citizens, but how does this look like when you're out there?
Protection of life is paramount, obviously. Like, you don't want to do anything that would, one, discredit the United States, or let alone like your own values and stuff like that. So those are things that you bring to the table, and you want to make sure you treat everyone that you come in contact with simple humanity.
Yes, so the next aspect of IHL is impartiality, which is providing assistance without discrimination based on nationality, race, religion, or political beliefs. So when you're out there, is it a divide between Americans and them, or how does this look like? What's the diversity, and how do you approach it with being impartial to them?
One, like for me personally, I'm a firm believer in diversity and taking a step into other people's culture to see how they're living, just so I could get a better understanding. When back in 2014, I was working with the ROK Marines in South Korea, and it was an awesome experience for me to see how they lived. They're similar to us, they're counterparts, but they're on a different side of the world. So I was very open to them, how they was living, how they was, engaging, different objectives and stuff like that, just to see how they did things. It wasn't no form of looking at them any different from how I looked to the Marines to the left and right of me.
I see. So another aspect of IHL is neutrality, which, as it sounds, is being neutral between you and the other side. So I want to ask if there were how do you deal with personal bias? Of course, you're serving the United States, but how do you combat bias when you are staying neutral between our mission as your mission as serving the United States and how you deal with other people from the countries that you have been in?
Growing up from an urban environment, that was something that transitioning from such area to the military, that was a pretty big shock for me in itself. Grew up in New Jersey, and going from New Jersey to the Carolinas was significantly different. So I had to be open. I had to understand that in order for me to gain a better perspective and understanding of how other people, operate and live their day-to-day lives, I have to be open to understanding. It's not just about me and keeping my biases to myself, and giving people a chance and opportunity to show themselves and who they really are as a person, as an individual.
I understand. So another aspect is voluntary service. So serving in the military, we all know that this is something that you all do you do it to serve your country. It's a voluntary act. So can you explain more about what made you personally volunteer your service and your time and your effort to serve our country?
I would personally have to say me trying something new. I played the trombone, doubled on the baritone and tuba in high school. And I wanted to, try a different experience. And the Marine Corps was something which essentially was that for me. I joined the Marine Corps Infantry just to get a different feel and experience of how leadership and stuff is instilled in people. So I definitely held that to high regards, which assisted me in giving back in my community. I'm currently doing veteran legislation. I'm in Congress, and that's my service after service, because my time never technically expired, because I still have that desire the same way I did 12, 13 years ago when I said I'm willing to defend this country.
Yes, so as you know, we are with the Red Cross, so I want to ask you about if you have any experience or engagement with the Red Cross while you were serving.
Not necessarily. I didn't have any contact per se with the Red Cross, but I definitely heard of the agency and the things that they do.
Okay, well, that concludes my section of questions. Carla will now ask you some more questions.
My name is Shadiq Anderson. I'm currently the State Deputy Inspector for California Department of Veteran and Foreign Wars. I'm also the District 4 Junior Vice Commander, as well as the Senior Vice Commander for Hawaiian Gardens Post 7243 out in Hawaiian Gardens, California.
So, why did you want to join the military?
I wanted to join the military because I wanted to have a restart on my life. I grew up in a very unstable household, and I wanted to be able to reclaim that ability for myself. Didn't necessarily have a full parent household. At times, didn't even have both parents in the household. So I wanted some sort of guidance so I could be able to pass down to my siblings.
Thank you. Along that line, did you learn anything about yourself, since a lot of people have been saying that going to the military really changed them, and they did also go there since they had something in their lives that they wanted to learn about themselves. So did you learn anything about yourself?
Yeah, if I'm being honest, one of the key things that I definitely learned about myself is that I have a desire to make a difference in the world and a passion to lead. As a very junior Marine, I was definitely a knucklehead. I definitely had my fair share of problems, and that was something that initially held me back until I met one of my corporals. Well, he's my senior. He was my squad leader, Corporal Schilling, and he pulled me to the side and he taught me, hey, as long as someone else believes in you, you shouldn't give up. And he gave me that lifeline, essentially, and he motivated and inspired me to do the right thing and actually inspire myself and look into leadership. From there, I was able to propel myself forward from being one of the last guys to get promoted to E3 to the first ones to get promoted meritoriously to a non-commissioned officer.
Thank you. Along that, the things that you learned about, has any of those things like come into your daily life?
Absolutely. My passion to lead. In my daily life, like my titles are, like I enjoy being involved and invested in multiple different things. One, because I have a desire to assist. If I can assist in whatever capacity that I can, I want to do it. Like I was alluding to, I was selected for 2025-2026 Student Veterans of America, Veterans of Foreign Wars Legislative Fellow, and I'll be advocating for veterans at Congress. So that's something that I'm very, very passionate about, being that voice of reason and being able to advocate for people that don't necessarily have a voice for themselves.
Okay. Is there anything that you've been working on recently?
Absolutely. So I recently came back from Student Veterans of America conference in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I'm currently also working on HR 1965. I'm currently one of the legislative fellows that's advocating for this in Congress. And HR 1965 is a House resolution which is looking and aiming to increase the book stipend from $1,000 to $1,400, and then from there continue to increase as the cost of inflation goes up. So that's something that I'm currently working on, and you can definitely check it out, and we can send the link to you.
Has anything recently happened that inspired why you wanted to do that?
My community. I love my fellow veterans. I love the community in which I come from back in New Jersey and the one that embraced me here in California. So as long as I have those people, which there's countless of them, it continues to keep me motivated, humbled, and inspired to do the right thing, even though sometimes doing the wrong thing can be so simple.
Thank you. Switching the topic now here, when you first joined the military, what was a daily life like for you?
Alrighty, the daily life in the Marine Corps as an infantryman. You will be worked. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's a wonderful thing called field day. You will be cleaning, you'll be getting dirty, you'll be in the field, you'll be building camaraderie through sometimes like unfortunate and uncomfortable times. So I definitely would say that. So prepare to do something like that if you're hopping in as a junior Marine.
Thank you. Was there any most difficult part of being a part of that?
I would say out of all of it, in my entire tenure in the Marine Corps, I would say having the opportunity to lead your peers. When I was promoted to corporal, I was the first one out of my peer group to actually pick up that rank. And as a non-commissioned officer, that was a very, very interesting position, because usually you're transferred out to a different unit and you're able to lead without having any biases or anything like that. But having to work through it with the same cohort of individuals that you grew up from as a junior to now being a senior individual, that was something that was pretty difficult, because not only did I have to show them that I still essentially offline, and when we weren't on the clock, we could still hang out and have a good time. But once I put on a uniform and I was Corporal Anderson, then they already knew it was business, and we had different rules and regulations in which we had to follow.
Thank you. When being deployed, did anything happen at war that changed your perspective on life, or in general anything?
I would say cherish the times that you have with the people that you grow up with, around. And sometimes you don't necessarily lose people abroad, you lose them here. So cherish the ones that you have.
Yes. One last question from me. Is there anything that you wish the media could cover more on when it comes to veterans or the military?
Mental health is a real thing. Personally, I have MDD, have anxiety, insomnia, all that jazz. I definitely believe that this is a vital point where we're able to really hone in and focus on veterans. And if we really want to make a difference, let's start with making sure we're properly taken care of. Just because we served in the uniform and we went abroad to do whatever work was necessary to try to protect the homeland doesn't mean we get discarded at the end of the day. So you still got to take care of your vets that actually wanted to fight the good fight, even when we may not have known what that fight was.
Thank you. Does anyone have any other questions?
Is there anyone anyone in particular that you remember a lot or think?
I can't hear you.
Sorry. Is there anyone in particular that you remember a lot?
Yeah, I mean, I remember all my guys. Like, they're friends. I don't know if I'm still talking to the camera or what, or just in general. Am I talking to the camera or I'm talking in general? Oh, yeah, man. Like, for me, like, how old are you guys?
18.
Alrighty,
16.
18. When I was your age, I was graduating high school. 2 weeks later, I was joining the Marine Corps. So like, I didn't necessarily have the opportunity to really like branch off into like college and stuff until now. But I was able to really build a network and a relationship of individuals from all walks of life. I'm a firm believer in diversity. I'm a firm believer in taking a step out of your comfort zone and trying to, you know, see how other people are living. And it may be hard initially, and it may be a little discomfortable or uncomfortable, but you'll definitely learn a lot from it. Coming from the city to the country was eye-opening, dude. Like, some people never saw a black guy before. And trying to really like show like, yo, I'm a real person, like I'm here just like everyone else. Like the media, to the question that was posed about the media, they don't necessarily show like how a lot of these areas, a lot of these pockets of life where people are living, they don't necessarily have the opportunity to go out and see other people, see how other people are operating, living and stuff like that, because I guarantee you it'll change your perspective. And to circle back to the initial question, Lance Corporal Dylan Devane, he was one of my first, he was my grenadier in my first fire team that I had the opportunity to lead. Awesome guy, loved him. We deployed together on our first, I want to say it was his first deployment or it was both of our second deployment. Either way, he was NJP'd, which is non-judicial punishment for things that was completely out of his control and whatnot, but he was one hell of a Marine. He really wanted to work, he really wanted to get the job done, and he refused to let anything like take him away from doing that. Dylan ended up getting out of the Marine Corps, moved back to Florida, moved down to Florida and all that other jazz. He ended up getting into an accident while drinking and driving and all that other jazz on a bike, and he ended his life. So, love that guy. Like I said, it was from my first fire team, and as a leader, that is something where you really build that network of brotherhood, that family outside of your own family. So losing him was like, my bad if y'all don't cuss or anything like that. But that was huge, because it's like, he was like one of my best friends. Like, it was 4 of us in total, and I just lost 25% of my squad. So, fire team. But that was huge. That's the friendship, dude. It's like a different life. Like, you will see all walks of life of people, and you get to pick everyone's brain and put it in your pocket, both the good and the bad, and that what makes you one hell of a leader. Like, I got out the Marine Corps 5.5 years ago. I got out as a sergeant, 3 tours overseas. Like I said, I've been all over the world. And dude, it's just been lit. Like, I got out, I got a bachelor's in organizational leadership. I got an associate's in communications from Irvine Valley College. I'm finishing a bachelor's degree at Cal State Long Beach before pursuing a law degree. So the sky's truly the limit. Like, you can do whatever you put your mind to, as long as you believe you can do it. And just get a mentor. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I'm 32 now, and I have mentors, and I've been having a mentor since I was like 26, and these guys was in their 60s. So like get a mentor, man, and find a good one that's actually gonna show you how to do the right thing and actually take you under their wing and do right by you. So hopefully that answers your question. I know it's long-winded.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
for sure.